It is Isis, so they lose via Facebook Live and C-D Goddess, okay, on Instagram Live here, doing a late night tarot session. I feel like a cone head that I have a bun with my thing on, y'all. Yeah, maybe I'll leave that down. Because the shape look, I really felt like that girl from Conehead real quick. I always thought she was pretty, even though she was like, whatever. Maybe that movie's relevant for some reason. Like, obviously not just because of the shape of my situation, my bun up here, but no, I think 90s and like extraterrestrial. I just saw The Fifth Element, I think, yeah, with Bruce Willis, Chris Tucker, and I think the beautiful Russian girl. She's the same one that played on Underworld. Like, I'm having flashes of all those sci-fi, 90s flicks, and I'm not really like a super big sci-fi person, but there are certain like sci-fi movies that it's just like kind of historic to me, and or like the way they were done. Like, again, I'm seeing not Terminator, but again Terminator, all of them. I heard Die Hard, as well as is it Demolition Man. So maybe somebody is, I don't know, maybe there's some demolishing going on. Hold on, y'all, I'm trying to see. Ooh, no, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Alright. Okay, I was just seeing what's going on with that. Anyway, but y'all, so anyway, random live, which they're always a little random, right? But I mean, just like channel message in regards to like, I don't know, I felt a wave of energy, and then like me and my son went outside to look at the Venus. I do believe, Venus-Jupiter transit, and I do believe it's Venus that's bigger, and then Jupiter, and they look close in proximity in the sky, but they're like light years apart or whatever. But so all of that, astrological, astronomy, stargazing type evening situations, right? So it's just like, I want everybody to also make sure you're meditating before you go to sleep, even though tonight's energy for the most part can be very calm, very serene. There's always a flip side of every coin, I'm hearing. So where there's peace, there's always going to be, I'm hearing something that wants to dwell in chaos and or erupt chaos. Maybe that's where Demolition Man came in, with Sly, Sylvester Stallone. Maybe somebody thought they were a Sly Cat. I'm seeing Sweetie Bird and Sylvester. I'm also seeing Bugs Bunny and the old school cartoon, and him running from the black and white cat, and it's just so many 90s references. So again, it could just be an age group thing. So I would say anywhere from like 30 to maybe 50s, depending on, I do that age range even though it's vast, because anybody that was like, I would say awake, abreast, and like, old enough where you've been watching like, regular network television as a kid in the 90s. Obviously if you were 3 in 99, some of those references, unless you like know throwback stuff or like, you saw it later, it probably wouldn't apply to you. Like, you probably in 99, what's that, like Jimmy Neutron and later on, right? So I'm talking obviously a decade and or like, generationally before that. So just keep that in mind with the message tonight. I'm not saying a YN that follows, like, share, subscribe, always, tuning in, whatever. Couldn't take brilliance from this message. It's just the mere fact that it feels like it's very, I don't know, like, I don't want to say, I want to say age appropriate, but I just don't feel like that's not like the term here. I don't know what it is. So let's just pull a couple cards. I have my cards set up, like holding up one of my other phones and like other stuff. So I have my goddess deck mixed in with affirmations and some constellation cards, because why not mix in? Why not mix in the constellation cards, y'all, on a night like this evening, right? So boom. But that's why I said I didn't want to move this stuff around so much. But then I have my little bitch deck underneath here, so I'm gonna grab one card from the little bitch deck. Oh my gosh, it doesn't want to. Okay, so grab this one, because that one felt like it didn't want to. Ooh, it's a couple. That's few. It's more than a couple, right? So Ooh, so that could be two things that take would resonate, leave with doesn't with this message, but it could be a couple, or it could be more than a couple. Morning. Maybe a couple is morning. But I meant to say it could be more than a couple, meaning it doesn't have to be a couple like a pair. I just heard au pair, so twins. I don't know. Twin flames. Yeah, listen, there's a lot of channeling going on, but it doesn't just have to be. I keep trying to just get to the point of it doesn't have to be a couple or two people. It could be several. But it says vampire alert, danger, trying to bind you, and it has a heart and money sign. You probably can't see it as good with the yellow. When I was making the card, I didn't think about that, y'all. Sorry. So where, again, they want money in the heart, right? It says, where is the cream? Wu-Tang, okay? So somebody could possibly be from New York, Shaolin. Oh, shit. Definitely tri-state area, East Coast. So, I mean, going with the vampire message, right? All my cards are in the upright that I've, because I shuffled them and all that. So I would say in this reading, this is probably a reverse emperor. Emperor is healed and healthy, and I would say he's a reverse emperor. Okay, well, given those other cards that came out, maybe a greedy, maybe somebody who's money hungry, definitely an energy vampire. They might be moving fast around a place of Delaware, New York, Philadelphia, Jersey. I heard a very wide tri-state situation. I'm hearing there may be affiliations with an earth sign with this reverse emperor, especially a lot of this green. They may have heavy Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo in their charts. Yeah. So let's get one of the constellation and or affirmation cards over here and just pull. Let me see. Stargazer. Right on. Didn't we talk about Divine Chosen Collective stargazing tonight? If you get a chance, it's like, me and my son, we looked at it and I saw it like right there, and it was very beautiful. So stargaze, serendipity, wonder, and calm, right? It was wonderful, right? Boom. Okay, see him relaxing, looking at the shooting stars. Maybe you guys are trying to wish upon some stars tonight. What a night to do that. Let's pull another little affirmation. So when I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. Didn't we talk about somebody who wanted to demolish peace? So Divine Chosen Collective, we're following peace right now. That looks like, I just saw like a womb, like a flower, like a cervix. Maybe some of you guys are bringing to fruition new creative ideas, for the crown chakra purple there, but the womb shape, it could be actual pregnancy for some, coming up and or happening right now. Let's see. Milky Way. Oh, yep. Somebody may about to definitely have a baby, or definitely pregnancy here is big on fruitfulness, good fruit, fertility, and abundance. For those of you who are childbearing age or still want to have children, or even I'm hearing like if there's an age gap with somebody and you guys are doing something, whether the woman is older and the man is younger, or I'm hearing you guys are both older than 35, but the guy's older than you. I'm hearing surrogacy is okay. I don't know. So it's a strong feeling of someone from the outside, not outside necessarily the divine collective, probably, a king or a queen, a divine masculine, divine feminine. I don't think it's this person, because the energy feels pretty clean with this. It feels pretty pure with this. This reverse emperor is unhealed and unhealthy, so I don't know if that's medically. It could be definitely on a spiritual level, and this feels like a lot of purity. This night sky actually is reminiscent of what it looks like tonight, so I feel like this is very current energy. Maybe somebody is fantasizing about you, not in a sick way, but like breastfeeding, or maybe they think you're a natural woman, they feel like they want you to have their child, because it's very, like, I feel like there's one part of this that's like fruitful, business, abundance, new opportunities. But along with some of those new opportunities and abundance is a baby for some. For some, it's a business as your baby. For some, you have a project you're working on right now that's either specific to real estate or something with, I heard venture capitalism, but not really venture capital. Maybe you're trying to venture off and to get capital for a new business. Yeah, I guess that would definitely, which I guess that is you being a venture capitalist, but for yourself, right? So you're not really being a capitalist. Whatever. I don't like the word capitalism, because it's even when it's definitively there, I can't ever articulate it in a way that doesn't feel like it's picking a side. It's just, I don't know. That's my personal bias thing, like, whatever. So it's just a lot of fertility here, you know, between these two cards, and they did come out back to back. Somebody could possibly be finding out they're pregnant with a daughter, and or I'm hearing twins with those like two circles right there. Give me 1 second, y'all, really quick. Okay, thank y'all so much. Give me a second. Okay, so yeah, I just want to put emphasis on yeah, I have my little nightie on, and ladies, whatever, I had to throw pants on underneath. I mean, not to, I'm geared to say too, because I actually really adore the Muslim style of dress, you know. Even like, I'm not calling Rihanna Muslim, but like even how Rihanna will do like the sporty wear with like the stiletto, and she's modest that day, but it's like a very sexy heel or kitten heel and such. Like, I'd be on that tip when I'm coming outside at night to do like my meditative stuff, because like I get bit up so crazy. I have like good blood. Maybe, oh shoot, I better stay away from the vampires, right? You know what I mean? Maybe my version of vampires this evening is the mosquitoes. Because it's not even warrant this big. Like, I'm always cold, but I don't need this. I really don't. I could just, you know. I could let the air hover over my shoulders more. The helicopter flying through. Okay. Maybe somebody is looking for somebody, or I guess I just heard agency. Delaware came up in the reading. Let's see. Let's pull again from the little bitch deck. It really keeps coming out these on top of each other, so I feel like this energetic vampire is also looking for possibly energy to manifest under tonight's energy, and or any night's energy I just heard, for real. But let's just see from the little bitch deck here. But what's a goon to a goblin? This is one of my favorite cards. What's a goon to a goblin? Blue, throat chakra, third eye. Definitely, I would say sacral chakra right here. You could be a water sign, and or have a fire, strong fire placement, or be a fire sign with the orange as well. Air or water, I just heard big placements in that. I just feel like with this black question mark sticking out to me, it's just like we're void of the feeling of like fear towards, you know, false evidence appearing real. Like maybe for some of you, this goon is more of an energy or an idea or a mindset even of you blockading yourself. For some in the chosen and divine collective, and my loves collective, and everybody in the, you know, rising up of the divine masculine, divine feminine. And then to some of you guys, this might be an actual person that I'm hearing has a energy or entity attachment that is a pure antichrist demon. Goodness. So, yeah, even to an antichrist, some of you chosen out there, I'm hearing, especially divine feminines, carrying big Yumaya, big ocean energy. You're just like, well, what's it going to a goblin? And definitely divine masculines carrying big fire placement energy. I wanted to say Shango, so let's just see another little bitch deck card. This is pink and green card, but before I could even pick it up, I just was hearing AKA, so somebody could be an actual, like, when I said an actual AKA, my ancestors want me to differentiate. I don't know if you guys know anything. Well, some of you guys, I'm sure, know plenty about this, and then some of you guys know about it, you know, by third hand, people that pledged, or, you know, I went to a HBCU, so I kind of learned the culture through that. And then several older women I've known in my lifetime have, you know, been different sororities and fraternities and shit like that, whatever. So this could be from a bigger scale level of like a generalization of a society, but, or just like a club, right? But I think the biggest emphasis where I'm pointed to, aka pink and green sorority, one, also the heart chakra, those both correspond with, so there could be matters of the heart at hand, And specifically from a sorority perspective, it could be a group of women, or it could be women of a certain mindset that are good with something, and or some may not be so good with something. It feels like a mixed crowd, I wanted to say. I just heard a mixed bag of nuts. So maybe there's a group of women who, it really does feel feminine. Like, there's some distorted masculine energy here, but I don't know how to say it. Like, that energy is kind of faint, and it feels, not to say I hate to say it. Maybe they hate to say it, because I wanted to say, I hate to say that it feels defeated, but I don't really hate to say that, right? So maybe they aren't saying they feel defeated, and there's another group of women who are telling them they are defeated. I don't know. That's a very random, but very, very specific, I don't know, maybe one to two or more people surrounding the situation, whether they're anywhere from 25 to, I heard, 82, may have been part of a legacy, aka. But let me go back to where I was talking about pledging. So, if you went to a HBCU, or again, however you know about sororities, fraternities, there are some circumstances at some schools, and University of Delaware, for instance, is not a HBCU. It's, I don't think it's a private college either. It's, it's a state college, whatever. And then you have somewhere that I went to college, like Morgan State University, right? Morgan State University is a historically black college. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay, because I could be wrong because I didn't pledge, but to my understanding, everybody that I knew that pledged, male or female, they did not do the pay to pledge, which I'm not saying that's not you really pledging. I'm not saying you really didn't earn it or buy it. That's not my place to say that. And as some of this pledging stuff, people have died over it through the years. They don't let people do hazing anymore. So I'm here to say that maybe there was a society full of men and women, or a mixed bag of nuts, I just heard, that had a specific type of hazing that maybe they did to members, and or had people do to members. And I'm being drawn back to the energy of the day. Like, I could see myself, I almost looked back because my seat was further back that day, and I almost saw myself back in that moment when I was having a live, and I opened it up talking about Paul Rudd and John Carell, or Steve Carell. I'm sorry, I said John Carell, but I think his name is Steve Carell, right? And 40-year-old virgin. Yeah, so I don't know if somebody, I'm hearing a feminine could be a 40-year-old virgin, and maybe that could be angering this person, but I don't know if this, I don't know if, here's the thing too, if you're a virgin imposed, and I would say it's not by choice, and I'm not going to I don't know if a woman by definition can be an incel, but, I mean, that's unfortunate. I don't want to shit on anybody that, can't get dick or pussy, but to me, this feels a situation of maybe lack of self-knowledge, or lack of self-worth, or lack of availability to be authentic for self. Maybe this person is possibly transgender, or wants to be, and or this person is into the same sex, and for most of their life they were with the opposite sex, and I feel like they're on the older end of the spectrum at this point. Not to say older, because I'm 36, so 40 is not astronomically past my age. It's just, it's a state of mind. So I feel like this person feels like they're in a rut, or too old to change, and maybe there's changes that they want to make, but it's if you're dead set on a certain outcome, or a certain person, or a certain situation, or a certain thing, and then it doesn't occur, it doesn't matter how old you are, you know what I mean? Unless you're a toddler or a small child, you can't react, I'm hearing, in such a distorted fashion that you end up facing your own blowback. So that was a very specific, because I totally just tapped out of that once I said blowback. I couldn't repeat to you anything I just said after, AKAs. And I know for a fact I didn't say anything about those two things, yeah. So, but anyway, it says, can we just talk? Right? And that is the thing that's primarily in green. So, they don't want to argue anymore. That's in purple with the crown chakra, possibly. Maybe they're thinking about this, but haven't verbalized this to you. King or Queen of Swords. I feel like this is somebody who's trying to come into the upright King and Queen of Swords energy. Possibly a man and a woman want to speak to you. It could be a couple, or again, it could be just a male associated with this group, or with a group, and a female that's with a group. It could be two separate groups for all the fuck I know. It could be a mixed bags of groups, or whatever the fuck. They keep talking about bags of nuts and nigga nuts. Oh my god, because I'm hearing method man. Oh my god, put your nuts on the dresser, just your fucking nuts. Yeah, and I'm looking at your nuts with a hammer, like how he, isn't that how he opens up? METHOD, man. So Wu-Tang is very relevant. It could be the ancestors coming through, you know, shimmy, shimmy, oh, shimmy, yeah. Like, I'm hearing ODB right now. Like, I swear, don't let me stop, please. So, it's just like, I don't know if that's relevant because, again, the whole tri-state area thing, it could be the group of it, like, however many members, because I be forgetting how many members, like, Wu-Tang actually ended up having, like, thoroughly through the, like, years of the group or whatever. I want to say 36. 36 could be an age, but no, I mean, it could be 36 chambers, I wanted to say, so it could be 36 people that I hope are born in, but that's a lot of people to be involved over, like, this feels like some situation of, like, love and crushed and misidentity and mistaken gender roles, and no disrespect to anybody who's, like, sexually confused, but is there, like, a whole group of people that are confused about this? I mean, I'm really not, like, I'm not trying to get in anybody's business. Like, only comment if you feel comfortable. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But this isn't even a reading I can get mad at. This energy is, like, I feel bad for the energy a little bit because it's a bit befuddling. But I feel like they want to talk to divine feminine, divine masculine, possibly divine feminine. Take a resonating sleep with, don't, you know, switch the roles up. But it says, act like you got sense. So maybe divine feminine, you're saying, hey, like, maybe I could talk to the queen or king of swords, or both of you, I'm hearing not together. So I don't know if, there could be a history with the masculine and the feminine and somebody he knows, or it could be, you know, both of them, but you don't, for whatever, the feminine, there's just an energy of, and I don't know if it's because it's woman on woman, but it more so is the energy of feeling like somebody feels really blatantly rejected. And I don't know if this person feels rejected by multiple people or just he has a really strong confirmation, a really strong hatred to the rejection it feels like they're facing. I don't know if they hate you necessarily, divine feminine, because for anybody to feel this bad to be rejected by something, whether it's a friend, a family member, I just heard who's now a foe, okay? Unless you were same sex at some point, it doesn't feel like you were same sex or you are, or maybe you did flirt with women a time or so, but that doesn't make you bisexual and or like subjectable. That's not, I don't feel like people subject themselves to being gay. So, I mean, maybe maybe if you're straight, like you're a heterosexual woman, this person wants to subject you to being gay. Now, I'm not saying that being gay is being subjected to anything bad at all. Pro-body, pro-choice, pro-love, your choice. But if a woman is heterosexual, my darlings, I don't know if one person or several ladies or gents, because this could possibly be a feminine masculine who's homosexual, who has maybe had a man that has maybe had a man. Okay, so maybe he had a down low interaction with somebody who he wasn't aware, wasn't fully knowing of himself. That could be another storyline here, because this feels like the main story of but that was like a segue moment that could apply to somebody here. But, I mean, it's just like, I feel like there's a lot of misplaced hate and resentment and anger coinciding with this Queen of Swords energy. And I don't know, it feels like one of these people in this card are in the upright. Or trying to, like, get in the upright enough to have this conversation and or maintain an upright functionality if and when they have the conversation and how it may take effect for them after. Like, I feel like I will say, like 80% of one of the parties seems to be trying to maintain some type of logical reasoning, because the King and Queen of Swords, like, they're logical based, they're truth based, they're fact-based. So I don't know if someone's trying to face the facts I'm hearing. But even if you're trying to face the fact, karmic or divine or in the middle or trying to ascend or whatever, if you don't label yourself at all, right? People, humans, us as spiritual beings, it's hard to face facts about yourself and or about other people. And whether it's heterosexual, same sex, whether it's your family, where it could be your mother, your brother, your cousin, your uncle. Because again, this could be a friendship situation as well, where maybe somebody was friends with you and you didn't, like, you might have known they were gay or bisexual, but didn't know they were, like, stalking you. So this person may have been stalking you or is stalking you. And again, it might not be a friend for some of you. Take a resonate, leave it don't. This could be your ex's friend, or this could be a friend of your brother's, I heard. Or a mutual friend, or a friend of the family. Like, maybe you even consider somebody so close that even at one point, if you did have bisexual tendencies or you were bisexual, because again, I'm not getting that vibe, of Divine Feminine, Empress. Some of you are dating a man right now, and some of you are looking to, you're single, but it's like, oh yeah, I'm looking for my, I'm not looking, but I'm attracting in my husband. So it's like, I wouldn't assume any woman that's doing that is, committed to a bisexual lifestyle, or I heard non-binary. And I'm not somebody who's big, like, I'm not really big with the, being abreast with all of the LGBTQ plus AI stuff, because I'm not in that category. But I'm assuming that isn't non-binary or binary, isn't that when like you don't identify with the gender, you classify yourself as them? So maybe somebody is like really in a transitional space where they're calling themselves them privately, and they want you to be their girl as them. I don't know. There's a lot of energy in this energy that for real, and again, I can't even get crazy or mad with this energy, because it feels like a scared kid. So I feel really bad. It feels like a very angry, scared kid that might be in juvenile or some shit, but still a scared kid nonetheless. Like, and it is an adult, but their energy is so like, it feels like a no diss. I'm not making fun of nobody at all, because like, and here's the thing people need to understand: light worker or not, like, good people can see somebody. What's the best example to say? And I know some people may hate this example, and I necessarily don't even like this example, because I know this doesn't apply with all police. I wish it did, but it doesn't, right? But let's just say, because we've all seen, or hopefully enough of us have seen, like, a cop do their rightful good job and be an honorable person, right? So let's just say, God forbid, there's a car accident, right? And the car accident, I did see this earlier. That's why it's jogging my memory. So I saw a car accident of a guy, but he got into a car accident with 3 of his kids in the car. And he was leading the cops on a high-speed chase because I think he had warrants, whatever the case may be. But it was very irresponsible and reckless of him, not only to run from the police, he knew he had warrants, but he had these children in the car. I think it was a 3-month-old baby all the way up to like a 12-year-old. I don't think any of the kids were seriously injured, but the car was flipped over. The baby like flung out the car. The cops' main priorities were getting the kids safe, getting, to make sure the car wasn't on fire, even getting, the guy without violent or incidents of violence, getting him out the car, and it was black and white and blah blah blah, like, and it could have went bad. They could have dragged him out of the car, they could have shot into the car and killed him. Like, we've seen how bad it could get. So like, thank God they just did what they were supposed to do and did their job accurately. But I give that example to say, like, that's the thing, like, you could still be nice and cordial to someone and be still rejecting them or turning them down. And I think some people have a misconception that, like, I want to be appropriate with you, and I want to be nice, and I want to be cordial. I don't care that, your sexual assignment or your sexual nature, or whoever you like to fuck or be with, right? That's none of my fucking business. Are you a human? Do you treat people respectfully? Cool, what the fuck ever. I don't care what you identify as. No disrespect to it. It's just that's not going to be a barrier on how I treat you. How I treat you is based upon, like, do you feel like maybe through your journey of becoming them or him or her or gay, that you were so hurt or disrespected, which I can understand, and picked on because of how you were different, that now maybe if you're still on the low about it, you kind of resent people that you might find attractive because you can't be outright, because that is a real thing. And I'm not being disrespectful, but I would tell a straight person this. If a man had the same emotion, which I feel like there could be a man in the energy, again, that has this emotions about a man, or a man that may have some confusion with himself because of other identity issues, that feels this way about a woman, but it's also coming across as distorted, toxic, feminine energy because, it's very emotional. I will be the first to admit to you, rejection is emotional, right? But if you're a narcissist, and some people become narcissists because of their upbringing and because it's, a disorder and because of a sickness, and as well because it's like a mirror, it's like a shield, right? It's like, sometimes, that's why I tell y'all, like, I be getting smart about it, but I do pity narcissists. I do feel bad for them because it becomes a shield for them. Like, something happens to them, they were picked on, they were abused, and I know all about that life because everybody go out their way to try and mistreat me. Not everybody, but like bad people or people that my light irritated demons, like, it happens to me. So I understand, I do empathize with that, but I've never bullied nobody or became a bad person because of it now. Like, I'll bully a karmic, I'll bully a narcissist, yeah, I'll bully you back. I'm not going to come up to you to berate you to bully you. But just like right now, I'm not taking this opportunity to shit on somebody who's sexually confused, or really just like, I feel like somebody caused a lot of pain and a lot of hindrance, and it's several people, but there's like, I don't know, and I'm not making that big. It's just like somebody is very upset about something that feels very outside of their control. And I don't know if it's like them resenting their own sexuality, them resenting the sexual nature or sexuality of somebody they're with. And again, I said sexual nature. So it could be somebody that you guys are no longer connected to, or somebody that they're connected to now, or somebody you used to be connected to, or somebody that's trying to intersect with you in some way. But it does feel like a degree of separation for one person, or 1 or 2, 3, even 4 degrees. And then it feels like a close by person. But again, none of these people feel, I don't want to say relevant in the energy, but they could be NPCs for y'all at this point. Like, they're like, I hate to say it because I don't want to like make anybody that's feeling rejected in the energy feel more rejected, but it's like they might be a non-player character right now. It's just like you want some main character shit for you, whether it's you're single, whether you're by yourself, whether you're doing whatever you're doing, whether you got somebody else, like, you know. And I feel like the main reason you're not talking to this person or these people has nothing to do, and I think they know that too. I don't think these people think that you're not talking to them because they have, I just heard sexual proclivities. So again, I'm not judging, but gay has nothing to do with sexual proclivities either. That could be some shit like people got some real freaky ass tendencies, and maybe you may be a light worker, a high priestess, or you might have come across a video. I'm just hurting, but hurting. Maybe somebody saw something in somebody's phone and it hurt them. Or maybe somebody's scared to talk to you because they think you're going to hurt them. But the thing about it is, like, sexual proclivities for me, like, is, you know, you might be into some freaky ass weird shit or sadistic shit or shit that may be linked to, like, a mental disorder. Because there is a lot of sexual sadistic and sadism symptoms, and like just like you know, everybody's sexual kinks is their own shit. But I mean, there's some fetishes that I find weird, but I don't even want to say it like that because somebody out there might find it normal, and it might be normal for like 80% of society might like something that I'm just like, nah, I'm good on that. You know what I mean? So I'm not here to really judge anybody's fetishes. That's why I'm not trying to get specific. It's just I'm hearing strong filthy sex though. Like, and I don't know if sexual proclivities means somebody's a sex addict and they're sexually reckless. Because here's the thing too, you could be a freak ass hoe that likes to fuck everybody for real, but are you doing it safely? Are you protecting yourself? Are you protecting other people? I can't shame no consent to I can't shame, regardless of what your sexual origin is, whatever, orientation, whatever. I cannot shame no 2 grown ass adults who are behind whatever closed doors, you know, not committing no crimes, public nudity, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Just do it in your bedroom, whatever. Of any race, of any fucking gender, sex, I can't, like, how am I hate or get mad at anything? Now, unless this person, you know what I mean, these people intersect with you where that's supposed to be your relationship and this person's gay, or this supposed to be your relationship and they're cheating with someone you know, or this is your relationship and they're fucking multiple people or some weird shit, you know what I mean? I'm just talking about regular, like, not regular. I just mean, like, you and someone, another consenting adult, whatever the case may be, behind closed doors doing whatever freaky business y'all both are consenting to, and y'all both is cool with it. And even if it was like some domination or sadistic behavior, as long as y'all not harming each other, where ambulances gotta be called or no weird shit, and everybody's consenting and everybody knows shit. I just heard NDA, maybe even like things are signed that people know, maybe that are official people or called, again, I'm hearing sex called, could be like orgies or whatever. But I mean, if everybody's a consenting adult that's there, and I'm hearing recklessness. So again, also with the layer of consent would be sexual disclosure of I'm not like, you know, if I don't ask people how many bodies they caught. I think that's a really immature question. But I can understand maybe, I guess some people want another question, but it's just more like I'm hearing how many bodies did you catch this week? So it's like, I don't know if somebody's loose as a goose. I don't know if somebody isn't smelling right, I'm hearing. But the main thing is, like, if your sexual health isn't in order, or let's just say you're going to one of these events, or you're mixing and mingling, and I'm hearing you're not fresh and so clean, it could be very offensive. So again, I don't know. Like, it just seems like there's a lot of dynamics of, like, people being turned off by other people's odors, sexual proclivities. And here's the thing. Let your freak flag fly. Okay, again, as long as you're not forcing anyone else to do anything with you, you know, that's not a freak flag. That's sadistic, you know, mentally insane, clinically insane. You probably need to be checked into an insane asylum and or jail, and or that's rape type activity. So I'm not gonna, like, give you pity or leeway for that, because that's fucking weird. But what I will say is, As long as everybody's in favor or consent of whatever the fuck it is, whether it's one of y'all, 5 of y'all, 3 of y'all, and if it's one of you, it's just you in the room. Like, what else has to be consented to, right? But it's just the thing about it, like, it's just because y'all are attracted to somebody, man or woman, you can't make them attracted to whatever sexual natures you're attracted to. If you're attracted to threesomes or sex parties or poly life, or if you're a man and you want, I heard double cheeked on a Sunday afternoon, like you want, what was that, 4 butt cheeks? So if you want 2 bitches in the kitchen, because that's what I'm seeing, like I'm just seeing butt cheeks. So it's like you want 2 bitches in the kitchen, and then I'm seeing like a bitch shooting dice at a table with her bra off. Like, what is this? A scene from New Jack City? Why do I always see that reference, yo? Like, because it's not that reference right now, but it's just like, what is this, a drug den? I just almost feel like there's a man or even a masculine woman that has a fantasy of like pretty bitches sitting around in motherfucking Pusheisties masks with like no bras or no underwear, like mixed match, just half naked, looking like a goddamn prostitute playing brothel, and they're going around smacking ass cheeks, licking pussy, and getting their dick and balls. Like, yeah, and again, it doesn't even smell right in there. But again, if that's something that you favor, there's plenty of people all across the internet. I see all the time. I always press not interested. No diss to them or anything. Like, I'm sure they get plenty of plays in their algorithm. I just don't want to. I'm not interested in that. I think it's weird. I almost feel like it's an algorithm push towards me half the time. Because it's like, y'all know I do not subscribe, talk about, or even look at any of this stuff. So it's just, you guys got to understand, like, karmic or not. I understand everybody loves to be Burger King and have it their way. So maybe this is a reverse emperor, really heavy and hard, that needs to hear that, you can't cash out being a vampire. And again, this could be major ramifications going back to that vampire alert, what's a goon to a goblin, spell work as well. So it could be a woman that isn't even sexually fantasizing to be with somebody else. They may want to actually be another person. And they're resentful of that. They could want their partner to be affiliated with you for majestic purposes, I'm hearing. And the person wants to dominate you. And I'm hearing there's a chick that wants to be the head of the household but have like 2 other people working as mules. And she dominates both of them. And she feels ugly. Okay, well, sweetheart, listen, I'm not here to judge. I ain't even about to shit on nobody tonight. But what I will say is, that sounds ugly. That, not to say you, but I wouldn't even want to, like, let's just say that's something I'd want to sign up for. I do not consent to that at all. I rebuke that idea. I think all of my collective rebukes that idea. It's just the more so, sweetheart, the example here is, moral of the story, you attract more bees with honey than sugar, and that doesn't mean do a sweetening jar, baby. No honey jars. No. Seems like, are you doing love spells? So it's just like, at this point, baby, one, that doesn't work on chosen people that have ascended in their North Node, especially. That's like far beyond a situation that's going to work. If anything, that does the opposite. The person thinks of you and gets kind of disgusted, like how my face has been scrunching up, and I've been trying not to talk about it the whole reading. But y'all, this energy really, I feel like maybe they lit a candle or something, because I feel very hot. We need to cool down. They need to cool down. The energy is just, it's a little hot and angry. So this could be a fire sign and or affiliated with heavy fire placements. But y'all, this was a quick night check-in reading. And hopefully y'all got some gems and information about not trying to be forceful to make people be in relationships with y'all, regardless of gender or reasoning of vampiric, I don't know if that's a real word, harvesting of any kind. Okay, bye-bye.